Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have a wild and developing situation involving the leader of Colombia issuing a threat to overthrow, get rid of, take out. Kind of depends on the translation you're going with. President Donald Trump. This is a direct threat from the leader of Colombia at President Donald Trump as the situation with Venezuela, now Colombia, everything going on in the Caribbean, the drug cartels continues to heat up. We are now seeing very violent rhetoric coming from the Colombian side of the table. And there is no way President Donald Trump is going to take this lying down, nor should he. So I'm going to break down exactly what happened. I'll show you a video of the comments that were made. This situation is absolutely nuts to me because if you're a country like Colombia, you probably shouldn't be threatening the leader of the most powerful military in human history, but that's what he decided to do, and that's where we are. Before we get into it, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free, huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below what you think about this situation. Hit that notifications bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here at the bottom of the screen, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Please send me any information you have, any tips. You guys have been great with that. I really appreciate it. Now, let's get into it. The United States of America continues its military buildup in the region with all eyes on Venezuela. But simmering in the background has been Colombia, because for those of you who don't know, Colombia also pushes a ton of drugs into the United States of America. They have deep ties to the cartels. Their government is, every bit as corrupt as a lot of those governments in the region are. And this situation is taking a new turn where it appears the United States now isn't just focused on Venezuela and Nicolas Maduro and blowing up drug cartel boats. It appears now that the president of the United States, President Donald Trump, is getting ready to also possibly take out drug cartel targets in Colombia, which have operated with impunity under the protection of the government and the protection of cartel leaders. There's a lot of money. They have growing fields. They have weapon stockpiles. It is every bit as serious as Venezuela, but it kind of been in the background a little bit with all eyes on first going after Maduro. Well, that kind of changed this weekend when President Donald Trump posted this on Truth Social. Said, President Gustavo Petro of Colombia is an illegal drug dealer, strongly encouraging the mass production of drugs in big and small fields all over Colombia. It has become the biggest business in Colombia by far, and Petro does nothing to stop it, despite large-scale payments and subsidies from the USA that are nothing more than a long-term ripoff of America. As of today, these payments or any other form of payment or subsidies will no longer be made to Colombia. The purpose of this drug production is the sale of massive amounts of product into the United States, causing death, destruction, and havoc. Petro is a low-rated and very unpopular leader with a fresh mouth towards America. Better close up those killing fields immediately, or the United States will close them up for him, and it won't be done nicely. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald Trump. So right there, President Donald Trump is telling Petro, telling the Colombians, hey, you deal with this problem. You get rid of the drug fields. You get rid of the drug cartels that are running wild all over your country. Get that fixed. Get that finished. Or we're going to come in and do it for you. And if we got to come in and do it for you because we don't want these drugs coming into America to kill our people, we don't want these drugs coming into America to harm our society, our cities, we're going to do it in violent action. Now, what does Trump mean by that? Probably means we'll just drop bombs on him. It's kind of like watching the old movie Clear and Present Danger. We're kind of getting this vibe now. We're in South America, Latin America, throughout the region, throughout the hemisphere, going after the drug cartels, hitting them wherever they may be. Well, the situation escalated in a big, big way. I'm going to throw this up on the screen for you. This came from El Reporte or Cornell, which is a Univision. I believe this is the president of Univision. And I want to tell you, I did have this put through not one translation, but I actually sent it to someone who speaks fluent Spanish and asked him if he is saying what he appears to be saying here. He said, yes, he is. It also could be interpreted instead of get rid of as take out, but the threat remains the same. Let's go ahead and watch what he had to say.
Su misión no es cambiar a Trump.
No.
Su misión es buscar la mejor negociación posible para los millones de colombianos que dependen de esos empleos y de esa
La
economía.
humanidad tiene una primera salida y es cambiar a Trump. De diversas maneras. Puede ser por el mismo Trump, la más fácil. Si no, sácala a Trump.
Did you see that right there? Right there. Get rid of Trump. He's saying if Trump isn't willing to change, that we just have to, and I'm not saying we, me, I'm certainly, you guys know me. I've been very clear about my thoughts on Trump. I'm certainly not saying that. He is saying get rid of Trump. This is a foreign leader threatening to take out the president of the United States. President Donald Trump won the election. He is serving his second term. He's the duly elected leader of America. He's not going anywhere. So what does he mean by get rid of Trump? Clearly, he is issuing a violent threat to overthrow the president of the United States, a president who has already survived 2 assassination attempts, one of which he got shot in Butler, Pennsylvania. This, what was that, summer 2024. And now Petro is on TV, the leader of a essentially failed narco state, threatening to take out the president of the United States. I want to be crystal clear with my thoughts here. I don't want any ambiguity. I don't care if Trump's president. I don't care if Biden's president. I don't care if Barack Obama's president. George Bush, Bill Clinton, go on down the list. You cannot, as a foreign leader, threaten the United States of America and threaten to overthrow our government. You cannot do it. And if you do it, there are going to be severe consequences. Consequences of the gravest kind. Because as the United States of America, as the world superpower, as the strongest military on the planet, we're not taking orders from you. We're giving orders. And if you want to threaten our leader, doesn't matter who it is, Trump or anyone else, there is going to be a cost to pay. If I was President Trump, I would pick one of his drug fields right now and blow it up with cruise missiles. And then I would say, you want to threaten to take me out? You want to threaten the president, the office of the United States? We will just do this every single time you do. And in case you guys are wondering about what kind of air power the Colombia Air Force has, let's go ahead and pull this up and put this up on the screen for you. This is what they have. This is what they would have if the United States wanted to send a message. Not one single advanced fighter jet. They've got old Israeli planes that don't work. They've got old close air support planes that, quite frankly, I doubt work. They've got this little bad boy here. That's not going to do shit against an F-35. And then they've got these. Those look like planes from World War II. I mean, this is what we are talking about. These are the planes that they would try to fight the United States with. This is who they think they're going to trash us to. Imagine this piece of garbage going up against an F-22 strike package or B-52 bombers. What is this idiot Petro doing? And again, I don't have a problem with the people of Colombia. I'm sure the people of Colombia are great people. I'm sure Colombia is full of nice people. Just like I know Venezuela is full of nice people. Just like I know the people of Venezuela don't want to live under Maduro. Maduro is on a sinking ship. He's going down. That's the fact of the matter. There's nothing he can do to save his tail other than flee. And this moron Petro sees what's going on with Maduro and says, yeah, I'll just go get on TV and threaten the United States president. I'll just threaten to overthrow or take out President Donald Trump. I guess he thought he sees Maduro and is like, I want some of what he's having. This guy is an absolute clown, and you cannot let it go. You got to send a message. You have to respond to this. And I have no doubt President Donald Trump will, and I'm sure he'll talk about it on Truth Social, but I'd go up a notch. If you threaten to kill the president of the United States, you should be bombed. We don't have to overthrow the whole country. We don't have to do some regime change. Pick a target and blow it up. And remind everyone in this hemisphere, the United States of America is running the show. And in this hemisphere, if you threaten the United States of America, we're going to give you a really bad day, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. Do you think Colombia has any ability to stop cruise missiles from coming in and blowing up targets? Absolutely not. I'm not a guy who's like, we need to get into war with everyone. I'm really not. I'm not for dumb wars, but I am for using the military where it makes sense. And I would say right here, if you're going to threaten President Donald Trump, it makes sense. You got to smack him down a little bit. You got to remind him who's boss. And then we'll see how tough he's talking when 40 tomahawks are flying over his head in the air. So wild move for him to get on TV and say that. Unbelievably stupid. One of the stupidest things I've ever seen in my life. And yet, here we are. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. How should President Donald Trump respond to this threat, this clear threat? Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you absolutely nothing at all. Huge boost to the channel. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D_Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Send me any tips you got. I'll see you all next time.